Hello, hello everyone. All right, we'll just wait for people to get in here, and then I have a lot to share with you. How's everybody enjoying their Saturday? I can tell you mine is fabulous. Very fabulous. We'll wait for more people. Come on, people. I know I'm 15 minutes early, but I just want a lot of people to get in here because this is something very huge, something magnificent, yeah. Something unbelievable. And I want to share it with all of you because you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. I'll tell you that much. So we'll just wait for more people to come in. We have to. Yeah, that would be great. Hold on here a second. Just gotta get things up. Like I said, I know I'm early, but can't help it. It's exciting news. Exciting news. And we'll get started here soon. Oh, could you actually bring me my angel too? Hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. I'm so thankful. Whew. Yep, just set that right there.
Everything down is a smarter place to grab it for a second there.
No, and I just don't want it to fall over, but.
Howard says, hi, hi. Busy but amazing Saturday.
Yep. Very busy, very, very, very busy. We're still waiting for others to come in. It's like this adrenaline rush that can't be explained right now. And look at, I pull, there's the sun card. This is so beautiful. This is Archangel Uriel coming in. And this is a time of great joy and great success. And this very video expresses great joy and great success. And once you guys can all get tuned in here and get ready to hear the news, hear what's happening, hear what I have to share and what I'm bringing forth. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So, still waiting. Like I said, I know I'm early, so this first 10-15 minutes, I know it's kind of going to be blah for some people because we're waiting for others to come in. I was going to go live at 4, but, you know, got a little excited, so thought I would log in now so that I can be able to talk to you guys. Very excited. And don't forget to comment down there in the comments to let me know that you're here, that you're watching, because it really means a lot to me once we get going with everything with this. A lot of stuff going on here. And if it was up to me right now, I would be still jamming, but I don't want it to interfere with my video. Yeah, release. That's awesome. All right, well, anyways. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes here. About 5 more minutes and then we'll get ready. You're not going to want to miss this. And the reason why I say this, I can't spoil it by saying it. I don't know. It's crazy. I miss you guys. I miss being on here. It's been a while since I've been on, but you know, the true ascension, the balancing of oneself, the angelic self. It rings so true to what's going to be said, and the other that came out is joy. Very nurturing. A lot of wisdom. And a lot of knowledge came out. And transformation. Hold on, let me get them into place here. And comfort. So this is not like my normal videos where I'm doing divine channeled messages. This is something, it is real life. It is real things. It's yeah, I'm hearing a real sense of freedom, and then look what card falls out. Freedom. Self-belief. And I'm just getting this overwhelming feeling right now, like I did. Because, like I said, I want to share this with all of you. So I can't wait for you to tune in. And protection came out. So that is messages from the guardian angels that came out. And I think I'm gonna wait. Nope, I'm gonna wait. Patience is a virtue, my child. Patience is a virtue.
There's only one person.
That's okay. That's okay, because sooner or later, this is when you hear what has taken place and the announcement. It's not really an announcement, but it is an announcement. It's I just want to scream, cry, and throw a party at the same time. And when I say that, it's true life events. You know, a lot of people, they can put on a great smile and look beautiful and put it out there, you know. But some of us, you know, go through some pretty mundane, dark, and scary things that others don't know about. So if you see me rolling around, it's because I have my clear quartz crystal. This is the Master Healing Crystal. One of them, I should say. But I'm just feeling this overwhelming pressure. I don't even know how to go about it, but just bear with me, guys, because you know it's hard, it's true, and I'm going to tell you, for those of you who are sensitive, those of you who are very compassionate, loving, and caring, you might want to grab a box of Kleenex, just to be on the safe side.
I know I cried myself to sleep a couple of nights after.
I know I did too. I know I did too.
I was trying to be as quiet as possible so you could sleep.
Right.
It's like, damn it.
I know.
I'm not supposed to show emotion right now. I'm supposed to be strong.
Only the strong survive, right?
Heck yeah. And you're the strongest of them all.
But well, I'm not gonna hold back any longer. I'm gonna get started here because you know it's 3:55 on the clock, and that angel mastery number right there breaks down into stability and security. It also talks about the divine. It talks about God, the creator, however you resonate. But it breaks down with God and the angelic being, which is me. Okay, so I'm going to take you on this little journey here with me so that you kind of get a better understanding of what's going on. Because I'll tell you this much. I'm independently owned and operated. I have never asked for pity, no sympathy, no nothing. I am a very strong woman. And when I say a very strong woman, it's the people who are in my inner circle, who know my journey, who have been on my journey. Whew. And if I get emotional, I don't care. I don't give two shits what people think, because after everything that I've gone through, you'd be surprised too. So, yeah, it's very emotional. And I got my tissues too, guys. See, a box of Kleenex too. This is no joke. So first I want to start out and I want to say thank you to everybody who loves and supports me, who has had my back.
You got this. You're cool. You're good.
I know.
It's okay.
Like I said, I don't give two shits what anybody thinks.
They're happy tears.
They are happy tears. But give thanks to everybody who has had my back, who has been there for me, who has been my support. Damn. We ain't even a couple minutes into it, and it's so emotional for me that I'm trying my hardest to show you, but right now I don't give two shits because, like I'm saying, when you hear what has taken place and when you are about to see what has taken place, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So let me try to do this again. Like I said, I want to thank everybody who has supported me. I want to thank my eternal queens, my eternal kings, as I'm the eternal queen president for the Nebraska chapter. I love you guys. I'm getting choked up.
Do you need your monster?
No, I got my monster. Alright. To all my friends out there who are my family, who have been my family, because y'all know my history, my past. I didn't have my family there for me, right? You guys were all my family. And I love you unconditionally for everything that you have done and been through on this journey with me. So, the other thing I want to start off by saying is, to all of you out there who are battling any type of cancer, keep your head up. Don't give up. Never give up. Never surrender. Never lay down to the disease. Fight your way through it. Always. Always. If you have friends or family that are going through it, never let them just sit and dwell on it. Give them the strength, encourage them to get up and fight, to get up, walk, get up and move. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I have gone through this battle. And this battle has not only emotionally hurt my kids, mentally, emotionally, and physically, to watch their mother die twice, to come back, to have it attack again and again and again and again. But they're champs, because you know what? They fought through it. They fought through it, and they are my biggest backbones through it all. I remember telling the doctor in 2009 and 2011 when my kids watched me die and have to have these major operations because it just kept overtaking my body. And these kids fought, plus went to school and on rolls, advanced classes. They kept rolling, they kept going. They have true strength of warriors within them because of who I am and what I've taught them. And through this battle, a lot of my close friends, my best friends that are my sisters, that I love with all my heart, all my soul, and everything, you guys have been there for me. But my kids, to watch a parent, and mind you, I was a single parent, raising my children, pulling double duty as mommy and daddy, being the only provider. And I'm not saying this for kudos. I'm not looking for boasting. I'm saying anybody who thinks you can't fight through this stuff, you can. When you think that you can't come through it, I'm telling you, you can. Because, sorry, I gotta reposition myself. You can come through it. And don't ever let anybody tell you any different. When you feel like giving up, punch harder, kick harder, fight harder, and keep going. Because with my kids, I remember saying to my kids in 2011, because it got so bad, and at that point I had gone through so many surgeries that you couldn't even take a group of people and count how many surgeries I had, because they just kept coming back and kept attacking, and it, took 8 inches of my large intestine, 6 inches of my small intestine, it kept going and kept going, and I was like, I'm not gonna let you overtake me. And I remember telling my kids, I will fight to my death to make sure that I'm here to see you guys graduate, to see my grandkids, and to live a happy life with you. And for 14 years, we battled this. Go outside, Grandma's on the live, honey. 14 years, me and my children, we battled this, and the people close to me, who stood by my side, who was there for me, who helped me with my children when I couldn't walk, when I was bedbound for almost a year at a time. when I was stuck in a position and not being able to get out where I couldn't walk. I had to reteach myself how to walk, how to go to the bathroom, how to eat, and everything.
Tammy Primer says hi.
Hi, Tammy. You are one of them, girl. I love you. And I had to do all of this and stay strong for my kids because they needed their mom. And it was quite the battle. And my kids, you know, they believed in a higher power. They believed in a higher power. And the thing is a lot of us believe in a higher power, but there's something in our life that causes us to veer away from that. And that happened to my children because they wanted God to make their mommy better. They wanted God to take care of mom so that mom could have that happy life with her kids. I love you too. And my kids stopped believing in that higher power because they felt when their mom died and they watched their mom die, and the only reason why I came back is because I remember feeling them holding my hands. I remember them hearing their voices and saying, "We love you, Mommy, we love you." And at that time I didn't know because I was completely out of it. I went through a massive surgery. The cancer, you know, exploded my intestines, filled me septic, left me for dead, laying there dead in front of my children.
He says, I saw you go through it and so much more at the same time, hon. I am a caregiver now, just unemployed.
And you are a beautiful caregiver, Tammy. You were there for me a lot, and you helped me with my kids a lot, and I can't thank you enough. I greatly appreciate you. But when it came to feeling them and hearing them crying out for mom, I came about. And they still stopped believing in God. They stopped believing in the power of trusting and believing in that higher power to get us through because, you know, we believed that he would carry us.
She says it's because of you.
Huh?
Tammy says it's because of you.
I love her. And these kids, which they're grown adults now. They're grown adults now, but from a very young age, you know, 5, 6 years old, they watched me go through this, but hearing their voice brought me back. And they watched me suffer. And every time I went to the doctor, my kids, you know, they formed PTSD, anxiety, depression, all of these mental illnesses and everything that we as parents don't want our children to have to go through. And it made me feel like crap because I felt like I was destroying my kids, but really I wasn't. I was fighting for my life to be there for my kids. And the hard part of all of that is every time I had to go to the doctor, my kids would shut down with anxiety. They would shut down with PTSD. They did not want mom to leave the house because they knew when mom left, it was never good news coming back from the doctor. So they started having separation anxiety. They started, you know, going through all these things, so I had to get them professional help. Because I knew, even though what I do as a natural intuitive healer and, you know, a Reiki master and stuff, that these are my children. And they needed that professional psychiatric help to be able to talk to somebody and release some of this stuff because I felt like I was destroying them. So it made me fall into a depression. It made me sink deeper in of why.
You good, you got this, girl. You're strong.
I know I am. But it made me fight depression so bad, to the point where I didn't know if I was going to wake up. I didn't know what the next day would bring. There was times where, you know, I would lose so much weight and not be able to eat, and everybody's like, oh, she's a drug addict, oh, she's this. No, that was way in my past. Okay, this was a battle that I was fighting where I had to watch what I was eating. I had to watch what I was doing. But I still stayed strong, and I still did everything for my kids and fought for them for their schooling. I mean, the teachers could not believe I'd be in for a surgery. The moment they let me out of the hospital, I pushed myself through it. I remember the one surgery that left me septic. My kids had to go to school, and I made sure that they got to school because of the wonderful people, and Tammy and Todd, you know, all of you guys, and Bree, all of you guys that band together to help me with your true loyalty of the friendships. But they took them to school and got them home for me.
Tammy says, you are one of the strongest women I know. Truly an inspiration.
Thank you, beautiful, because I think the same of you. But they brought him home, and that night, mind you, I was cut from hip to hip. I had JP tubes in my belly, draining, you know, everything that was toxic because of that cancer. You know, when people hear the cancer word, they think, oh, well, it's just this little section. No, it depends. You know, do you have teratogenoma? Do you have small cell carcinoma? You know, do you have cervical or uterine cancer? You know, depending on what cancer it is and how it forms and what it does, it tears down other things in your body and, you know, tries to attack you. But I remember my kids coming home that night, and I'm so weak. My legs are shaking, and I had my walker that had a seat on it, and I'm standing there at the stove. And the next thing I know, I keel over the burning hot stove with the pans on there trying to cook for my kids. Had a mini stroke right then and there because I'm fighting, trying to do for my kids, not giving myself time to heal, and being mommy and daddy. I had to make sure, but then I had to go back into the hospital, so then I had to have people take care of my kids, you know, and help me out that way, which I have, like I said, Bree and Tammy and Todd and Donna and Ralph. I mean, all of you guys, Whippin', all of you. You guys are amazing, because if it wasn't for you, I don't know what I would have done. But my point on all of that part of that story, is that you can overcome it when you push through. Never give up. Never give up. So then, as you guys know, I've been on here doing my lives and trying to help so many people and just do my business, which is the www.earthangelhealingpalacellc.com. I am a spiritual life coach. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a crystal healer, because I believe in the higher power. I believe in the universe. I believe in the divine. I believe in God. While still battling all of this,
Tammy says we love you.
I love you too, girl. While still battling all of this, never do I put myself first. I help everybody else, because that's what made me feel better. That's what made me feel good, that I could put a smile on somebody else's face and them not even know what is going on with me. They had no idea. You know, some of the people that I helped had no idea, because I'm not one to put my business out there. This is the first time that I'm putting it out there in 14 years of truly putting all this out there, because I want to close this chapter. Because after you hear what happened here, You'll see why I want to put a rest to all of it, but I'm here to inspire and empower other people. So, I forgot where I was now because I'm just like, I'm emotional about it, but I always put everybody else first. I would help others, you know, if they needed help, if they needed some type of healing, or somebody just have a listening ear, or do a tarot reading, or do a psychic reading on them, or help them from their relationships to learn how to have better relationships and dealings with that. I kept doing that, and these people didn't know what was going on with me because I didn't share that. Okay?
Tammy says you sure have put everyone else first. God bless you.
God bless you, girl, because you know what? You know that that's what makes me happy, is being able to help others and pick others up. Knowing that I came from nothing, I had nothing. My life was a struggle since a teenager, being a very young teen mom, homeless, sleeping in the tent, having, yeah, it's all of it. I mean, it's crazy how life brings you all these different things that come in. And I actually wrote a book on it, and it's almost ready. I've got one of the big branded name authors that are also owning the publishing company that is working with me on this, because this is going to take you kind of on a journey from when I was young, how my family, they didn't want me, growing up in group homes, foster homes, homeless, to the abusive relationships, everything. And my broken down marriage, not on my part, because I was very loyal, dedicated, and devoted, but they chose to step aside. They chose to do other things, and I don't deserve that. I'm not a rug, I'm not a doormat, and I don't deserve to be treated that way. And I won't take it either. If somebody doesn't appreciate who I am and what I bring to the table, then just stay away, keep your distance. Because I only want people who are true to me, who are truly compassionate, and who truly love me for me. But anyways, going back to this journey, I have watched a few of my friends lose their battle. And I remember, Jen, if you're out there, I'm bringing this up because her dad, which I called my dad because my dad was never there growing up, and I tried to be a part of his life, and for whatever reason, he doesn't like me. Okay, whatever. It's whatever beef you and my mom had, that's on you guys. I love you both. Thank you for creating me, because I'm the beautiful rock star that I am today because of me. But you produced me, and I thank you for that. But Jen, homegirl, I'm telling you, and I call you homegirl because we've got 36 years friendship, all the way back to our elementary days, but her dad had battled cancer, and I used to talk to him every day. Me, her, and Dad were on the phone, and he always used to say, girl, don't you ever throw in that towel. Don't you ever throw in that towel. And I said to him, I said, listen, old man, don't you ever throw in that towel. I said, you pick that towel up, you wipe them tears off, you wipe that sweat. I don't care what it is, but you keep fighting too. Unfortunately, he threw in his towel. But spiritually, I get to talk to him every day still.
Stacy Lee says you are beautiful.
You are too, Stacy. I love you, beautiful. And he gave up that battle. And I'll tell you, it was a struggle because my friend Jen, she went down the wrong rabbit hole. And this is where I feel kind of bad, because I'm there to help people. But, when I come home to visit, and Jen, I'm only bringing this up as an example, a part of the story. So you can call me up later because I know you're okay with it. But anyways, so I come back home to visit because I'm born and raised in Minnesota. I come down here to Nebraska because of the better doctors. And I want to give a big shout out to the Henry Lynch Cancer Center. I love you guys. My doctors are amazing.
Stacy says, love you, miss you.
I love you and miss you too. But I had traveled having this massive surgery, one of the massive surgeries, because there's 90, I think it was 96 altogether in 14 years that I've had because of this. And I traveled back home to gather up with, there was so many, we had our own like little community out at the big campsite, you know, and everything, and everybody was having a good time doing their thing, and I was sitting by the campfire, and Jen didn't know what was fully going on, and she took and poured a cooler of cold water over me, which shocked me. And mind you, I had staples and everything in. Well, I can tell you, I did something that was unbelievable, having 300 and some staples in your belly, as tiny as I am. Just know that from that day forward, she knew, don't mess with me in that sense. And it helped her to wake up to her addiction also. Yes, we did, girl. I remember still too with that baby bump. But anyways, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I have tried my hardest to keep all of this under wraps, and now I can't do that. So a lot of you know in some of my videos that I've done over the winter, which a lot of people don't want to watch it. Okay, fine, you're not into it, you don't believe into that type of higher power and this and that. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you, I'm a walking testimony. I am God's child and testimony. Because on May 5th, here, 8 days ago? What's today, the 14th?
Yeah.
15th? Okay, so on May 5th, I had a major operation. Again, because the doctors told me, hey, we can guarantee that we can get all of this, fix you all up like it never happened. And I put my faith in God. I put my faith in the universe, because when I say God, God is the universe. He is the creator. But however you guys resonate, I put full faith, and I said, however it's going to happen, and I'm going to tell you, it brings tears to me, but I said, whatever happens, happens. At least my kids are adults, and they know that I love them. They know that I fought this battle hard. They know that I fought tooth and nail to make sure that their mama didn't go anywhere to be there for them.
Tammy says, you are truly a miracle. And Stacy says, I have to run, but I will finish watching. Love you. God is good.
I love you too, Stacy. God is great. So, on May 5th, like I said, I'm getting very emotional, because this is the part that I never thought was going to happen in my life. But I said, whatever happens, happens. Just know that I love you kids. And please, there's two of my kids, my two grown adult younger children, the younger two. My older two live out of state and everything. I love you, Evan. I love you, Keith. But my daughter, Katrina, and my son, Trent, I said to him, if your mom needs blood, you two are the only one that can be able to do it for mom. And they said, no problem, Mom, we got you. I was like, okay. So I said, whatever happens, happens. And just know that I love you. Keep being strong. trust and believe that I'm going to come through this. And they said, yes, Mama, you're a warrior goddess. You're going to come through. We have faith. And that's when it dawned on me that my kids are having faith again and trusting and believing in the higher power to see their mom through this. So, that morning, stand up please, because this girl right here is my rock. This girl took me to the hospital, and we left here, about 4:15 in the morning?
Yeah, 4:15.
4:15 in the morning, May 5th here, and she took me to the hospital, and we were waiting for me to be called back to the procedure room to get prepped and everything. And she's been the one, being there, kind of helping me through all of it. And, they said, well, she can't come back until we get you all ready and everything else. And this girl, I took her in. She's got mom and dad. She's a daughter from another mother and father, but I adopted her in, changed her life, helped her stop her addictions, and really come into who she is as the beautiful woman that she is.
You helped me find the man of my dreams.
And I helped her find her forever partner, life partner, because she was also in these very toxic relationships. And when I was teaching her these things through my own battle, anyways, she took me in that morning, May 5th, here just last week. And they got me all ready. They called her back. She's like, don't worry, Mom, you got this. I love you. Stay strong. And this girl sat in the waiting room for 14 hours. 14 hours I was in surgery. She sat out there and waited and waited and waited for me. And when I came out of surgery, she was there. I don't know what all transpired. She does, but they took me to my room. And I don't know how long I was sleeping before I woke up.
3 hours after you got up there, you were still sleeping.
About 3 hours. Oh, the video is starting to mess up. Hopefully they can hear me, but for 3 hours, she sat in that room with me. And I woke up and I looked at this right in front of my hospital bed, which I'll show you here, because like I told you, this is as real gets. So let me pull it up here. And I'm going to show you how I woke up. So I woke up like that. And at the end of my hospital bed, I saw the whiteboard. And I looked, and I'm trying to focus in, because angel mastery numbers play a big part for me. And I saw on the board, it said 3322. And I busted out in tears. Because in the angel mastery, 33 is the God force. Who is the master teacher? Who is the creator? Who is the one who writes your final destination, your final plan? 22 is Archangel Raphael. He is the master builder. So when I saw I was in room 3322, I knew that God and Archangel Raphael had worked together to pull me through this, for me to open up and to be able to see this number. And I'm going to show you, because and the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys, because this is very important to me. So then she sees that I'm focusing on the board, and she picks up the card, and she comes and she brings it to me. Room 3322. And what did I tell you? I said it was the master teacher and Archangel Raphael. They rebuild me. They rebuilt me. The master teacher rewrote my story. He rebuilt my inside, is what I kept saying. And she was like, yeah. Here's all the machines that they had me on just that section of it. I don't have, I was on a lot.
The other wall.
The other wall, but it was to stay alive. And as we were going, see here, you can see some of them. But I'm there trying to come together with it all, and I looked at her and I said, he did it. God did it. I am a walking testimony. God did this. He pulled me through. She says, yes, Mom, you were in surgery for 14 hours. The surgeon comes in and says, oh, you're looking good. I go, And this is when he come in, and he's like, you're looking good. And I'm like, And he's like, yeah, actually you are, for the surgery that you just went through. He said, I just want to let you know that they took the cancer tumor out that was 28 centimeters, which is bigger than 2 grapefruits, and maybe 2.5 grapefruits in size, out of your lower left abdomen. They had to fix my intestines, my large, my small. They had to fix because the cancer tore a hole in my bladder, and ripped out the bottom portion of my bladder, which I would have never known because it was all pressurized from it, which I never had any problems going to the bathroom going into surgery previous. But they're saying how they had to fix all this stuff on me and everything. And so I was like, okay. And then he said to me, he goes, by the way, pathology will be getting back to you. And I was like, okay. So I'm in the hospital, laying on that bed, and this is one of the JP tubes that was attached into my belly. And then I had my Foley catheter that I had to have, to be able to go to the bathroom, because they had to stitch and repair the bladder and the intestines and everything, so that I could be here. And that, I'm going to scoot back here a second.
Okay, I'll move back over here.
So, out of everything on that you just heard, the fact is, now pay attention to this. So, I went in May 5th. May 5th is Cinco de Mayo, right? That's all about new beginnings. To be in the room 3322, I was having new beginnings from the master teacher, which is God, of my faith, my trust and believe in him, with Archangel Raphael, who rebuilt me to be able to come forward, right? And I don't give a shit what you guys think about my belly right now, because I'm swollen. But here, I'm going to show you just a little bit. It goes from here. It's 10.5 inches down, on my belly, that they cut me like this. A lot of people say, oh, well, circumcision, or not circumcision, but C-section. No, this is nothing like that, because they had to take and sew my bladder into my stomach muscles, and they had to reconstruct all of this stuff. Okay, now pay attention to the time frame. So May 5th, new beginnings, Cinco de Mayo. It was also my grandson's 11th birthday, which is the divine path, right? And they came down from Minnesota down here to be with Grandma. So on my divine path, I have this new beginning from the master teacher to rebuild my life of everything that I'm going through. And I was laying in that bed, and they kept saying, oh, well, you can have oxycodone, and you can have this, and you can have that. And I said, no, Motrin. Give me Tylenol or Motrin. That's what I lived on, Tylenol and Motrin. Only for 3 days. 3 days. And here's where it comes in as a testimony. This is God's power. This is God's work. So anybody who don't believe, okay, that's fine. But I know I have full faith and trust and believe in all the blessings that he brings to me. And people who say that it's boasting, no, I'm a walking testimony. Because after 3 days of that, I was like, ugh. And the surgeon comes in. Mind you, I had 8 different surgeons who took part in that 14-hour surgery. And they were all coming in. And one would say, oh, well, you can go home today. And the other one says, oh, no, you got to stay a little longer. And the next one would come in and be like, oh, yeah, go ahead and, start eating again. And then the next one would come in and say no. And finally, I was like, well, wait a minute. What am I supposed to be doing here? And my doctor from the Henry Lynch Cancer Center comes in, which, bless your heart, Dr. Conrad, I love you. I love you with all my heart, all of my doctors. But she comes in and says, guess what? She's like, you ready to go home? And I said, well, yeah. She says, because I missed a little part in there, but it'll tie in right here. She says, well, the nurses tell me, because they made me get up and walk when you first saw that first picture of me coming out. They made me get up and walk, what was it, after 5 hours of being in that room?
5.5, 6 hours.
5.5, 6 hours of being in that room. They said, you need to get up and walk around. And I was like, okay. And at first I was a little wobbly, right? But I kept saying, God, give me the strength of Judah. God, give me the strength of Judah. You can do this, Father. If this is what you want for me, give me the strength of Judah, and let's do this. And they started calling me Speedy Gonzalez because, man, I was walking around that whole floor, the whole floor on the outside through the whole ward, and 2 minutes flat, which is the angel mastery number for trusting and believing. 2 minutes flat, I could walk that whole thing, and they're like, did you already go for your walk? And I was like, yeah, you ready to go for another one? Kept doing it, right? So that doctor, my Dr. Conrad, come in and said, listen, you can go home. So that morning of the 4th day, which is the angel mastery number for stability and security, right? They felt I was stable and secure enough to be able to leave the hospital and come home. So I come home, and in the discharge papers, the hospital nurse that did it didn't have nothing on there about a diet. So I come home, and the first 2 days home, I had nothing to eat, nothing to drink. Because one said, you can have 300 milliliters of water, and that's it, because you don't want to disturb all the stitches and everything within your intestines from your stomach all the way to your rectum, right? So they put me on the limit on that. And the foods, I had to reintroduce my stomach to be able to eat foods, which I'm still doing that today, where I have to do a little bit here, a little bit there, and test it and see, is it too much pressure for, the stitches and everything. But I'll tell you what, that didn't stop me, because I've been home now. And today I went and did my first outage at Walmart and walked around there for an hour and a half, trying to get everything that I needed. Yeah, it was turtle pace, but I did it. So what I'm telling you is, do not give up. When you feel weak, ask for God's strength to come in, no matter what it is. Whether you believe or not. Because the thing is the divinity that I have of him within my soul, of who I am and what I do for others, putting myself last even though I was on my deathbed. Nobody could tell when I was sitting here doing videos for you guys, that's what was going on with me. It was not me being fake, because I'm as real as it gets. I'm as blunt as it gets. And I really don't care what people think of me, because either you love me for who I am, stay the heck away from me. But my positivity will outshine all and any negativity that tries to enter my life. So then I'm home, and this was what, 2 days ago? No. Yeah, 2 days ago. I want to give a shout out to Jay and Laura. They called me up and they said, hey, we got a gift for you. And they know my business name. They've always been a great supporter of me. And I said, okay, yeah, I'm here, you know. They come over, walking slow. And I'm going to show you what they brought to me. Earth Angel. Earth Angel. Big angel statue with a rosary on it. I bawled my eyes out that night. Because, you know, these guys fully support me in what I do to help others and to help humanity and give to humanity and help pick people up and help build people to be strong and bring them to their highest self for their better self. That doesn't make me better than anybody else, but it's telling you that my heart, mind, and soul loves unconditionally, and I'm here to help people. Whether you want to see my help or, you know, whether you want to sit and say bad things about me, okay, whatever. I don't care about that, because you know what? He's got my back. And anybody who wants to be that way, I know that he's got my back. Why? Because the protection card came out. Why? Because I have self-belief in myself. Why? Because he gave me the freedom to feel that comfort within me, to be able to transform my life with the knowledge and wisdom that he gave me to help humanity through the battle, my own challenges, to be an example for all of you. And by doing that, it's because he knew I was very nurturing, very compassionate, and very loving. And he knew that caused me great joy, which balances me out and holds my chakra in alignment to have the best of the best. And that's why I always succeed in everything that I do, is because of the fact I trust and believe in him, and God is good, God is great, and all is well. Because I'm sitting here with my family, I'm sitting here with my grandchildren come down and everything, and we're sitting out there, and I get a phone call, and it's the doctor from the pathology. And I was like, yeah. And they said, well, how you doing? I'm hanging in there, healing every day, trying to stay positive, trying to stay optimistic, trying to push forward. Because in that time, the people that I did need and express that I needed weren't there for me, but I still love them unconditionally anyway. I don't have no hard feelings. I know life is busy, but when the doctor called, here's the best part of all. Yeah. Hold on.
You're out. Hold on 1 second.
She's got to give me one more, because like I said, it's very emotional. Very emotional.
Have a tissue.
Oh shit, have a tissue. Sorry guys. So on that phone call, pathology says we have got the results back from the surgery, because like I said, for the surgery they had to go deep into the vascular tissue to get all, or try to get all the cancer cells so that this would be done, right? They said, we have your results, and they said, are you sitting? And I said, well, I ain't up running a marathon. And she kind of giggled, and she said, well, with you, I thought you would be, because, girl, I don't know how you do it. And I said, no, God did this. God did this for me. because He knows my good heart, my kind heart. Pathology came back, and many of you don't know, pathology is where they send all the tissue and everything to get the diagnostics, of is it clear or is it not clear. And they said, guess what? We got it all the way down to where the tissue is benign. That means cancer be gone. That's what I say to you. The fight is finally over. I am free. I am clear. I don't have to deal with it. For the first time in my life, I hear remission. It's not coming back. They got it deep down into the vascular, and in my upper thighs, I've got some big holes where they had to put the things in and go through the tissue of the leg. So it was, if it can show you, there's one of the bruises there still from the one IV, and there's one of the bruises, coming out of surgery. The thing is, it's gone. It's gone. So God put me in that room, 3322. The master teacher said, listen, I have rewritten your story. This is no longer going to affect your life. This is no longer going to slow you down. This is no longer going to hinder the growth of your business and what you do for humanity. And I need you to get out there, and I need you to empower people and to motivate them and inspire them. Do not give up. Trust and believe in God. Trust and believe in a higher power. And I don't care what higher power, how you classify it or how you resonate. But I can say as of today, free, clear, no cancer cells in there. It is benign. Benign is done. My battle has been won. So when you think that you can't win a battle, BS. That's bullshit. You can win if you don't give up. And I will continue to fight. And like they said, I go back on the 19th, and they're going to run the few tests. They're going to check the incision again because, like I said, I can move around. I'm pretty mobile. See, I can turn. I can do that. Nothing's slowing me down. From here on forward, it's sucking gas and hauling ass all the way. Battling this because to hear the testimony, to hear and know the true force, and I can show you 3 folders that they gave me checking me out of the hospital. What I went in with and came out with, nothing. Clear, gone. I am back to almost like a rebirth of when I was first born. It's like God gave me this rebirth and said, listen, take all your knowledge and your wisdom, be that counselor, be that teacher, be that spiritual coach, be that mentor, teach of changes. And people used to laugh at me when I say, hey, I'm not afraid to lose anybody in my life. They need to be afraid of losing me. Why? Because of the fact I know that I am very blessed. And anybody who comes into my life also gets blessed from God when they have their true intentions. And that's the most important thing. But to have the results in black and white that says, benign, it's gone, done. Because when it used to come back and say malignant, okay, that meant that it was there. Benign means There is no signs of it. God took it and said, smash it. He's the co-creator and he can do anything. So I am a walking testimony. And I am going to take this and I am going to push it to the extremes. But I need all of you to be able to share this video with people who struggle with cancer, depression, anxiety, everything that I talked about. Because as long as you never give up, you never give in, you never lay down and let that devil try to win, guess what? That devil who thinks he's a Billy Badass, that little fat little red bastard that likes to sit on people's shoulders from time to time, flick him right off, man. Flick him right off. Because God is more powerful in the things that he does. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Stay on Facebook and stuff because I know a lot of my long distance people that are, close to my heart worry about what's truly going on with me, and I know life gets busy, so they're happy that they get to see me on there. But now you know the full spectrum of things. I just want you guys to be able to share it and know that every time that my video is shared and you see, that puts a smile on my face. I don't care about popularity. I've always been one who is very easy to make friends, and I put down my boundaries right away with them because ain't nobody taking me for a ride. If you're legit and you love me for who I am, I will love you for who you are, and I will help you and give you the shirt off my back and the last, loads in my bank account if that's what you need. But money doesn't buy you love, but I'm always there to help. I don't care what it is. I'm always there to help. But when you share this, you are not only sharing the story to save somebody else's life, but you are showing them that I am a true testimony, and I can put it in black and white on here for you. But I'm going to be going on my YouTubes, and I'm going to be doing the sequels, and we're going to start on my journey. And it was funny because when I said this, my younger son said, "Oh, Mom," he's like, are you gonna do like Joan Dirt?" And I started laughing, because like the Joe Dirt thing or whatever. It's just, we have this comical humor in our family, but I said, no, mine is basically to empower people to don't lay down and just let people take advantage of you. Don't lay down and give up a fight. When you have a physical sickness or something physical, it's because God is doing that to be able to strengthen you, to be able to push you forward, to show you what is your purpose in life, what is your mission, what are you supposed to be doing. When he called me Earth Angel, and I named my business that because that's what he said. He kept pushing and saying, you're an Earth Angel. You are my Earth Angel. You are my chosen child. You are my Earth Angel. And it's true. I am, because he said to me this morning, when I was outside meditating at 6-something in the morning, yeah, it feels great to be able to do that. But I was out there meditating, and I kept getting the messages from him is, you need to share this. Coming in quickly. So just know that I am not somebody who's just gonna sit here and, oh, well, I'm gonna put her up on a shelf for right now because I've got more important things to do than pay attention to the person that I say I care about. If you start putting people that you say you care about up on the shelf, you really need to go in and look within yourself.
Jess says, "Hey, Mama."
Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? How you doing, Monsterette? I love you, beautiful. You've been another one of my ride or die. That girl right there, man, she's been there through many of my surgeries too. And I remember a time, and I know she's gonna die laughing on this one, but there was a time I had just had a surgery, literally come home from the surgery. I go and I visit her at her work, and we laughed so damn hard. Yeah, and it just reminded me, like, woof, don't go in there. Yeah, some of them hospital things that had taken place, man. I ain't shy. I'm not shy, but I'm telling you, people, I am a true testimony of what God has done and how He has transformed my life. And I am done with that battle. And now I get to close that chapter. And He's given me this golden chapter, this golden era of, listen, now it is really time to go gung ho and be able to do the things that I love to do again and not have to worry and not spend all my time with doctors here and doctors there and go into the barometric chamber and go do this and go do your infusions and go do radiation, go do chemo, go do surgery. I don't have to do that anymore. And it's all because of Him. So I just want you guys to all know that I appreciate every last one of you. You know, keep staying strong. And the days that you feel like nothing's going your way, turn to the sky, turn to the blue sky and say, give me that strength of Judah. And you will feel it. You will feel His presence, because I'm asking Him. When you ask for His presence, I'm asking Him to show you in depth, to feel what I felt. And to know that He is there and you are never alone. And He will not let you just dwindle away. Because, like I told my kids, now that this has happened, you watch. I'm going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. I'm going to be 124 years old in the Guinness Book of World Records. Still sharing my story, saving all the generations that I can to have strength and never give up and to fight. And do not let your traumatic past of abuse and, you know, abandonment issues and everything else stop you and block you. Keep your heart open. Don't cover it with ice. Love unconditionally and be there for others. Share your stories. You know, a lot of people are so scared to share stories of what they've gone through because they're afraid that, oh, somebody's going to ridicule me, somebody's going to shame me. No, stand up for who you truly are. Show your true self and use your weaknesses at that time of your life, your challenges, to strengthen somebody else, because you didn't have the strength at that time and you didn't have the person there to inspire you and to empower you and to motivate you into moving forward. You had to find it within yourself. Share them stories and use that to empower other people to get it out there. Okay? Because your weaknesses are your greatest strengths. And God says, with your strengths and your weaknesses are your most beautiful, unique part of you. And by sharing them, you are saving other lives, whether you want to believe it or not. But the ones who want to resist, the ones who want to hold back, the ones who want to hide it, because they think, oh, I'm not going to get the popularity, or I'm going to be looked at this way. No, God will make sure that the minds of them who want to do that to you will be altered. He will not let them discriminate you. He will not let them be biased against you. He will not let them defeat you. He will rise you above that and beyond. So your traumatic experiences, whether, it's addiction, whether it's abuse, whether it's relationships, whether it's your parents didn't want you, in some cases, yeah, your parents wanted you, but it was easier, go to a group home. I don't want to deal with you. Okay? You know, like my mother, and I can say this and it's nothing, I am not bashing on her because I love her unconditionally because she gave birth to me. Do we have communication? No. Does she love me unconditionally? I couldn't tell you that because that woman has never been able to say, I love you and mean it. Okay? I've never felt that unconditional love from her or my biological father. The only ones I felt it from are from my aunties and my grandparents. Otherwise, Kimmy, yeah, her mom was my mom, but the fact is what we go through. And this is the other thing that God's coming through right now, and he's saying, make sure you tell him this. Okay? So we go through things in our past, which I can tell you, I was not only physically abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused, and sexually abused by people who said they care about my mother. But the fact is them things are saving other people from being sexually abused, from being physically abused in relationships. Okay? Take them traumatic experiences and use them in a positive manner to save somebody else's life from going through that. Be able to teach your kids, this is your private space. Nobody enters this private space. If they do, a lot of parents don't want to teach their kids stuff like that. But come on, it's time. It's this generation. We need to protect our children and our grandchildren and their children. It needs to be on. It needs to be that legacy. It needs to be that legendary, historic thing that we all band together and start using our traumatic experiences to save others, to help show others that anything is possible. When they say the sky's the limit, that's bull crap. Okay? The cosmos isn't even the limit. The multidimensionals. God is good. God is great. And he will get you through anything as long as you trust and believe in him. And that doesn't mean that you have to sit down every day, 7 days a week, and read out of the Bible. It just means start making them interchanges with you to be able to see your true self of what he created you to be, and however he created you, and the gifts and the talents and the skills that he gave you. It's all for a reason, because you have a purpose and you have a greater mission. You're not just here in this life to go to work every day and put the grind in and do this and make money, because money turns people to be greedy and selfish and everything else. No, we need to turn that evilness around, because God created money, because the more abundant we are, the more we help others, the more he gives back to us. The more blessings that we give somebody else who is in true need, whether it's verbally, financially, whether they need a material object or anything, whether they need a surrogate mother or whatever it may be. The more you help out, the more God's going to bless you with. So all your goals and your dreams and your desires that you are achieving, you're going to see how everything just unfolds in divine timing with God's plan. Because he said to me today, it's your time. He's like, my child, it is your time. And I know I'm in his favor. I know I'm in his season. And I know he holds my right hand. And the thing is, it's all going to work out, because it's the beginning. It's the beginning to everything now. And everything's unfolding. So you'll be able to see it on my YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm actually going to go and ice my belly right now here and, you know, do the few stretches that I need to do because I need to keep the motion moving or whatever for the healing process. But I can't wait to be able to wear my bikini and hit the pool and, you know, go dirt biking and four-wheeling and water skiing. All the things that I had to put on hold because of having my ports and drains in and going through everything I did. And like I told my kids too, I want to say this before I go.
You had to lead with the bikini.
Yep. Like I told my kids, I said, watch out, world. When I'm fully healed, you ain't going to be able to catch up to me. You ain't going to be able to withstand the stamina that I'm going to have because I'm going to be like ping, 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 ping. So...
You're gonna be that ping pong, or not that ping pong. You're gonna be that what's that machine? Pinball machine.
Oh, the pinball machine where it's like you don't know where you're going. You're just deuces. I'm out, you know. But yeah, nothing's gonna stop me. You know, I'm gonna be traveling to see the people I love. I'm making a trip down. Where did we say we were going? We were going to
California.
no, our first trip we're going to New Orleans.
Tennessee.
We're going to Tennessee, and then we're going to hit San Diego, and, you know, it's time. I'm going to live life. My kids are all growing. I'm beautiful. I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing, and I'm here. You can go to my website, www.earthangelhealingpalacellc.com. Go on there, check out what I offer. I've got the shirts, you know, if you want to support me. I have the my tree of life that says Earth Angel Healing Palace LLC, $25 per shirt. You can go on my website, go down there on the Cash App and just pay it there, and down in the little box, you know, make sure you put your name and your address and I'll get it mailed off to you ASAP. Because what I'm going to do is all that money that comes in there is going to be used for something special for somebody who is going through the mundane things like I went through and who doesn't have the courage to bring anything forward. Because I've always been a confident woman. You know, it's a lot of people say that I'm conceited, but I'm not. I love who I am. I'm very beautiful, very intelligent. I'm very confident, and nothing stands in my way. So, love you guys. Have a beautiful Saturday, because Saturday is basically my day because I am an earth sign, which I'm a Capricorn, so I'm an earth sign, but Saturday is the day of the week for Capricorn. So love you guys. I will be on to do an actual tarot reading and get back into that and everything. I just wanted to share my life-changing story with you. Please share this, get it out there to other people so that they can see that anything is possible, and God is the creator of it all. He did it. So, love you. Peace out.